Man, I love the smell of a campfire in the evening. Ha ha! Anyway, welcome to fall camp, boys. Tonight, we kind of got a special edition. We've actually been out here for a day. Those boys have been out here for 2 days. I got out here yesterday, stayed the night, and the old gazelle. Yep. She's looking like a teenager's, yeah, she's looking like a teenager's bedroom because it's kind of what it is right now. Left to my own devices, that's what happens. But today we got a special edition of camping because we're gonna kind of do something a little different. Hello outlaws, hello campers. I'm Ben. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It don't cost nothing. Yep, we're doing an Outlaw Camper special. I don't know if this is gonna be 2 episodes. I don't know if it's gonna be 1. I don't even know if that clip's gonna make it in. Because this is what we call the theater of the ridiculous. Because frankly, that's this whole trip so far has been. So let's get into it. We're gonna make some food. We're gonna hang out at the campsite, hang out with Goose. We're gonna feed Goose. We're gonna check out the bar tent, aka the Gazelle Gazebo. We're just have a good old time. All right, so the first thing on the tour is the Gazelle Gazebo. Actually, we can check out, maybe we'll check out theirs later, but check out my campsite, which is the trusty steed, the Gazelle T4. Then I got the Gazelle Gazebo, which I thought I'd buy one, and then I, if you saw my second video, with RC cars camping, this one may have gotten impacted by a 30-pound RC car, and I had to buy it from my buddy Randy. Anyway, by the way, if you ever buy one of these, down here's a stake, down right there. You know, tent stake, man. Yeah, there's a tent stake. Thanks, Randy. You're welcome. Don't trip over that, because that's what I did yesterday. And my entire right side of my body feels like some big fat guy body slammed me. This one. So we're gonna take a look in here what I got in the gazebo. So this is Big Ben's Outdoors Bar and Grill. We got well, we got a lot of bourbon. We got a whole lot. And then we got food. But importantly, this is what we're gonna focus on because we're talking about Jack tonight. So this is an Outlaw Camp tribute. So we got our PBR in there. Also got some brats for tomorrow night. More PBR. Down there, there's some Sam Adams Oktoberfest. This year, I decided I usually take a cooler and a car fridge. But you know what? I got tired of chasing the sun. So this year, I decided just to take the Tundra 35. And then I got this cooler bag. I think my fiance gave that to me. I keep the ice in. That's cool. So let's go ahead and handle the important stuff first. That's food for #1 camping dog, Mr. Goose. And what are we gonna have for dinner? Haha, this will be a surprise. We'll be right back. All right, first things first, we gotta take care of our best friend when we're out camping. That means Goose, the best boy in the world. We got him his Purina 1. Because you know what? His vet says that's really good. And I'm sure somebody in the comments is gonna say, use the sciences and the diets. You can use that with your dog that doesn't eat 8 pounds of food a week. If I did that, I'd have to mortgage my house. Let's get that taken care of. All right, Goose, you ready for dinner? Oh yeah, the good stuff, buddy. We got Purina 1 for our best friend. There you go. Goose is such a good boy. All right.
Since you're right there, bring me a nugget. Just 1 nugget.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to have some?
Yeah.
Randy's gonna have a snack.
Well, we'll see that.
Here you go, Randy. He's coming.
Oh my God.
Here you go. 3, 2, 1. I put some heat behind that one. All right, for dinner tonight. And this is why it's an Outlaw Camper special, because if you know Jack, you know Jack likes PBR. And this is something brand new. Check this out. Just saw this. Yeah, Campbell's Chunky Pabst Blue Ribbon beer cheese soup with potatoes and chorizo. Yeah, we're going super simple tonight, man. It's fall camp, you know? And with that, we get us a PBR tall boy. And because Jack lives in the bowels of the suburbs of central New York, which is pretty close to Canada, we got us some all-dressed Pringles. We're gonna be cooking all that in the Pathfinder bush pot. Look at that campfire. All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here in a second when I get everything set up. Be right back with it. Also, by the way, it is hot. And there's lots of bugs. So if you see me going, yeah, end of September in Nebraska. And it's 80-some degrees with 1,000,000,000% humidity and every single bug. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're at the picnic table here at our lovely Nebraska State Park. By the way, this is Indian Cave State Park. There will be a State Park Sunday coming up on this sometime. What's interesting is this bush pot I've never used. It's a little big. And I got the little steamer thingy for it in the bag. It's pretty cool. Now, like I said, man, tonight's super simple. I almost did a freeze-dried meal because I did that last night. And well, hopefully Jack has a video up on that. If not, let me just outright say it. I made my honey's kitchen beef stroganoff, which my honey's kitchen makes good stuff. I didn't math. I was like, you know, 1 cup, that's like 12 ounces, 16 ounces. Put way too much water in it. So I had very creamy beef stroganoff. By the way, a review on this is coming. This is the Lubin X4. Woo. I'm trying to find my stuff here. All right, so we're gonna cook. What are we cooking on? Keeping it super simple. The old MSR pocket rocket, man. This isn't rocket appliances, okay? We're keeping it simple and having fun tonight. Now, I mentioned the Theater of the Ridiculous yesterday because it literally was. This whole thing has been. Let's see. Let's do a recap, shall we? I tripped over my tent stake, landed on my right side, and screwed up. In the process, landed on my knee on a case of whiskey. So that felt good. And let's see what else happened. I was talking to Jack, and I was trying to remember, is New York? Are we west or east of New York? And then I added, you know, too much water. And yeah. So to say this whole thing has been a theater of the ridiculous is to put it very mildly, as I am right now trying to find a lighter. Oh, look at that. Oh, you guys, you're never gonna need a survival kit in real life. Eat it, haters. I'm surviving right now. About to have me some BBR soup. I couldn't have that if I didn't have the Hooks Outdoors survival kit, could I? No. I mean, I guess I could put it over the fire, except for someone decided the fire should be the 7th. Like, I mean, it's respectable, but that's quite the fire, Randy. Whoa. That's why I love this little stove. Now, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in my survival kit now that I'm surviving and about to eat and thrive in the wilderness, because I actually had a lighter was able to start fire. We are going to this back. Here's the thing about camping. Here's the thing I wanted to do this year, because sometimes I go out of my way to make meals out and stuff like that. Let's try not to add third-degree burns to the list of ridiculousness. Sometimes there's something to be said for just a can of soup. You know, I'm gonna move this before I burn myself, because I've almost done it like 4 times now. You know, we're gonna try not to get the medevac out. Oh, what if would they send the chopper out here?
They're hurt enough at great expense.
Oh, I got insurance. I got United Healthcare. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's United Healthcare is so good, somebody tried to assassinate the CEO. I'm sure YouTube is totally not going to pull this video for me mentioning that. This actually looks pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, this actually looks okay. Now, the problem with beer cheese soup is I'm spoiled, because I've had very good beer cheese soup. We have a local brew pub that makes some of the best, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, but some of the best beer cheese soup on the planet. It's called Laszlo's out of Lincoln, Nebraska, here in the land of the corn and the freedom. But here, let me get you guys flipped around so you can see. There we go. Am I using comically little of the capacity of the bush pot? Yeah. But this is actually really nice. I like this. This is the, what's the size on this, Chris? This is 64 ounces, right? Yeah. Yeah, so it's got to be, yeah, I was going to say it's got to be. Now, here's the problem with the MSR Pocket Rocket, right? It's got a lot of heat going, so we got to throttle back while we're cooking. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. While we're cooking, we're going to talk about things. Ooh, boy. There's a little lean to this table. So I almost just, Goose, you almost got PBR beer cheese Campbell's Chunky Soup. So while we're doing this, we're going to talk about things and stuff. We're going to have, this is not a first of the day. We're going to have a PBR for you, Mr. Outlaw Camper. Now, if you don't know who Outlaw Camper is, oh, let me tell you, you're missing out. You know, there's something to be said about good old PBR. I always love PBR. It's a good, honest beer. And I guarantee you, if your grandpa didn't drink it, you wouldn't be here today, okay? So, if you want to get down there in the comments and crap on it and talk about you double IPA. If Gramps didn't drink PBR or Hams or Old Mill, you definitely wouldn't be around. With that perspective. Now let's talk about Mr. Jack, the Outlaw Camper. I discovered Jack because my good buddy Chris back here, Mr. BarnYard Outdoors, he found him and he sent him to me and he said, you gotta watch this guy. And I watched him and immediately cracked up. You see, there's a lot of camping channels on YouTube, and the thing that happens with camping channels is they start taking themselves way too seriously. And, you know, they gotta do the, we were just talking about the stealth camping thing the other night and how that thing is just getting so out of here, right? Everybody's got a one-up, and, you know, I'm gonna put a, what was it, a trampoline in a tree? Is that what you were talking about, Randy?
Yeah.
Trampoline in a tree. There's about two that I still watch. One that was introduced by Jack, Off Grid, and then Steve Wallace. I still watch him because, you know, Steve Wallace is the man. But too many camping videos, you find, they do the same thing over and over. I'm gonna take my stuff out here and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna process wood. How many times you gotta process wood before you go, that's dumb, I'm just gonna call a guy and have him bring me wood? All right, there's nothing, look at all that wood there. There's only wood in that pile, nothing else. But seriously, how many times you gotta process wood before you, you know, work smarter, not harder? And that's what I like about Jack. Jack truly does not give a flying frick about nothing. Jack cusses, he smokes, he drinks, he does everything except, well, actually he does use pew-pews. Just not really bad ones that YouTube hates. He does just about everything that you think YouTube would hate, but he does it just for fun. And along with that, Jack is a genuinely decent dude. So that's what I like about him, because he doesn't care about getting monetized, about how his click-through ratio is doing, how his subscriber, I mean, you can tell the man doesn't care. He's out there having fun, camping in his backyard, camping on his freaking roof, okay? The guy's out there having fun, drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, cussing away, and it is a freaking riot. So he's been a huge supporter of mine, and he's sent a lot of people my way. So that's why today we're doing a little special. We're having this for him. So we're gonna, like I said, if you didn't come here because of Jack, and you don't know who he is yet, you owe it to yourself to go find out, because he is a genuinely hilarious guy that gets into the antics that we all don't tell our significant others about. All right, so we're gonna keep cooking this. We're gonna come back, we're gonna try it, and I don't know where this is going. I mean, this might be a multi-part video, this might be the only part video. We might have breakfast tomorrow morning, I just don't know. But sometimes you got to get out of the house and go camping. Fall camp is good, except for the bugs this year. What is it, pestilence or something? Is it the rapture coming? Is that what I heard on the TikToks? I don't have TikTok, by the way. Like, I'm gonna sound like I'm 80 years old. I don't got TikTok. I barely know what it is. I don't intend to find out. So anyway, we'll be back. All right, well, this is starting to simmer a bit, so we're almost ready to try it. But speaking of the theater of the ridiculousness, I completely forgot this one. So last night I had a rough night of sleep. Okay, my whole right side, it's something with being over 40 or 45. It's like you do something to yourself during the day, and about 2 hours, an hour to 2 hours after you fall asleep, it all starts hurting. And that's what happened last night. It was my shoulder, my hip. I'm talking about hips, all right? So I ended up having to go, me and number one camping dog, Goose, we, about 5 o'clock in the morning, after I tossed and turned enough, we went up and slept in the truck for about 4 hours. Done it before. But yeah, speaking of theater of the ridiculous, ooh, I think this is ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this pot real quick. I like this pot. I can tell you already that I'm going to burn a bunch of shit to the bottom of the pot. Because I've never, be it my MSR pots, be it whatever, I always burn stuff using this pocket rocket. So let's go ahead and see if this is hot enough. Let's go ahead and turn that off so I don't start a fire as I set it next to my my bag. Let's check this out. So that's what it looks like done. Okay, we're back. So we're gonna taste test it. I've already tasted it. Now, this isn't anything special. All I did was pour it out of the can. You saw it. Campbell's Chunky Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer Cheese with potatoes and chorizo. Now, if you're looking for tasting notes, you ain't gonna get them from me, okay? But we're gonna get a nice good bite in here with lots of taters and stuff. And it's hot. Here's what I like about this pot already, I can tell you, is the handles are cool to the touch. Which, by the way, sometimes isn't always the case. If you see my finger there, yeah, I'm not giving you the finger. I burned it last night on my my canteen carrier when I was pulling boiling water off. All right, so let's give this a shot. It's hot. That is surprisingly good. Listen, I don't expect a whole lot from canned soup, especially when it comes to beer cheese soup, because Let's be honest, I've been spoiled. You definitely taste the chorizo. And it definitely has that beer cheese taste to it. I'm honestly kind of impressed. That's really good. I do taste the PBR taste. Let's drink some PBR to make sure. Yep. Tastes PBR. So let's get our side out. Got some all-dressed Pringles, which if you don't know what all-dressed are and you're not from Canada or up north, it's kind of a Canadian thing. It's tomatoes, onions, and vinegar. All right, we're back. I took a little too big a bite there, but we're gonna have some of our all-dressed Pringles. If you don't know what those are, they're tomato, onion, and vinegar. It's kind of a Canadian thing, but it's, you know, if you go up north, you can get it. We're starting to get them down here, which is great. Those are really good. Yeah, if you guys can get these, get them. Well, so this Theater of the Ridiculous has been dedicated to you, Jack, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But that is actually legitimately good. I don't know, you guys that buy these Campbell's Chunky Soups, they can go both ways. There's some of them that are amazing. There's some of them that are mediocre. There's some of them that are just not that good. This one is legitimately good. For the money, I'd even argue amazing. Now, compared to an actual beer cheese soup, is it amazing? But I'm coming from a pretty high bar of brew pub homemade beer cheese soup. If you want something that's really good, like it's probably about 70, 75 out tonight. If it was colder, like say mid-50s to 60s, and grabbed one of those Oktoberfests. So, cheers to Chunky and PBR. Cheers to Big Ben, and cheers to you, Jack. Thank you for the inspiration. Jack's a good dude. Watch his channel. I don't know when I'm going to be back. Might be back tomorrow for breakfast. I'm sitting here staring at a mosquito that's sitting on the... Can you see him? About ready to bite my face. I might be back tomorrow. Who knows? But this is night 2. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to have a couple beers and shoot the breeze with the boys. Just have a good time. We might be back later. You never know. If we are back later, it's gonna be ridiculous. So, anyway, see you guys in a bit.
Hi, Goose. This bed isn't big enough for both of us. In case you're wondering what it's like to camp with the Goose, well, you better be ready to share your bed. Well, somebody is back there, getting ready to watch the circus that is the human getting off the ground. Yeah. That is the only downside of this setup, is getting up. Because, you know, old, bad joints, over 45, fat. Not a great combo for getting off the ground.
Good morning, Goose. What happened to my bed? Did you steal my bed? You did. Well, good morning. It's about 7:30 on Sunday morning. I'm just getting up. Well, I've been up for about an hour, but, you know, just got done doing the get up off the floor dance and go outside and water the grass. Actually, after the first night, slept pretty decent the last 2. Not long, but decent. So that's it's all about the quality, not quantity. It's I think about 55 this morning, so it's not super warm, but it did get a little chilly last night.
Right, Goose? But this setup honestly worked perfect. That wool blanket, it's some $20 Amazon one, or Turix or something like that. That's all I used both nights. I swept myself up in that, and all 3 nights. And Goose, the second night, just kind of snuggled in that corner. And then last night he went down there, but the second I get up, he's on the bed. Which I don't blame him. That mattress pad's actually pretty nice, with that futon pad underneath it. Oh, and I discovered part of the reason why I had such a hard time sleeping or getting comfortable the first night. We're kind of on a hill here. Kind of slopes a little bit back that way. So the first night my head was laying over there, so it was lower than the rest of my body. So that kind of sucked. But I'm gonna get dressed. We're gonna go out by the campfire. Catch up with you guys then. Oh, the sounds of nature. Birds chirping. Bugs bugging. Randy sounding like he's on the iron lung. I feel sorry for my buddy Randy. His allergies have been off the charts. It's really kind of weird, gotta be honest this year, because usually down here, this time of year, it's usually pretty cool. And I think last year this is my 5th year down here. Last year was the first year where we really had any bugs. Usually there's flies, but they haven't been that bad. But this year they've just been awful. Already, Mr. Goose had one on his head, didn't you? Goose, what are you up to? He's like, Dad, what's up with the leash? Ain't cool. Yeah. We have sunrise coming up. Fire was still smoldering this morning, so I grabbed a couple fresh logs. Get some airflow. Flip that big bad boy down there over. I put a couple on top to, get some airflow under it. And get it going and start to pop again. Which is great. So Chris will probably make us some coffee here pretty soon. Not a bad way to wake up. The suck part is, if you hear car doors in the background, people are packing up, and I need to probably start soon. Because, well, right now it's gorgeous out. In fact, I might even put my sweatshirt on behind me. But look at that hair. Well, it might be gorgeous out right now. It's going to get hot today. Real hot, real fast. Which is crazy. I think one year we were out here, it was like this. I think 2 years ago. It was the last year we were at our old campsite, which, listen, we're not going to get into. There's a whole story behind that. Okay, I'll get into it. So we used to camp way over that way, or like down the road that way, at what they call the group campsite. And we had a fantastic site. The site we had was all level, and you get plenty of tents up. I'll see if I can find some pictures and throw them up while I'm, chewing the fat here, but it was all level, and it was nice. And we had some flies, but I never really got bothered by them, bug-wise. And it was sitting on the top of a hill, so you'd always get a pretty nice breeze. And the best part was, there was this big tree, and you sit up under there, and you didn't really have to move around. It always pretty much was shaded, just with how the tree and the windbreak trees, like behind me, not these obviously, but over there, with how they were set up. It was pretty great. But here this one's a pretty good spot. I mean, you can see there's actually a site you can see it way back there. I don't know how you would camp back there. There's nothing level, but let's see, it's a pretty good
I think this is technically 4 sites, which is about perfect for us because we got, you know, a bunch of guys. But this is actually a pretty nice site. So we got Uncle Randy. Randers is up there. Chris with the shower slash toilet tent. And then his tent, his gazebo is over there. Then way up there is Mr. Jason from, if you've gone to the Midwest Bushcraft Show, yes, it's that Jason. And you can't see him next to Jason is Mr. Shane Coffey. But, yeah, what's that, dude? It's a good site. The only downside is like, there isn't really a spot that you can sit your chair in and stay in the shade. You're always moving. But, aside from that, it's not bad. I brought way too much shit this time. I say that every year, and every year I'm like, I'm gonna minimalize. I mean, I brought a freaking gazebo just to keep my food and the bar in. Did I ever sit in there? No. Ridiculous. But I will defend the Gazelle till the end of time. I love that thing. It's awesome. Nice sunrise coming out. Look at that fire starting to go. Oh, perfect. Now, when Mr. Sleeping Beauty Chris wakes up, that's another question, because he's got the big old percolator for the coffee. I think I might sit here, have some water, give Mr. Goose some breakfast, and honestly start packing up. Like I said, it sounds so weird to say that, but I kind of want to get back to, it's about a 2-hour drive home, so I'd like to get out of here by noon before it gets really hot, because I'm kind of done with the heat this year. I don't know what it's been. We were here one year when it was pretty warm, but the humidity this year is what kills it. It's just so humid, and it just rained before I came, because I think Chris and Randy got down here on Wednesday, and I got down here Thursday. The ground was still pretty wet, but who can complain? I don't know what's going on back there. Bah! 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 Some freaking bird's gonna jump out of there like Kung Fu Ninja. Freaking bird gonna kick my ass for bitching at it. Yeah. Oh, and I should say, initially this was gonna be like 2 or 3 videos. I'm just gonna be one, obviously, since you're picking me up now. I videoed, I don't know what clips I'm gonna use of me waking up in the tent, if I am gonna use any. But I recorded the dinner stuff in the Outlaw Camp. Shout out to my man Jack. Stuff on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday. And then I did absolutely no video really on Friday. Maybe I did that one on Friday. Anyway, losing track of the days. I didn't do any, and I did Friday I did some stuff. You're gonna see some light reviews. You might have already seen them. Freaking love these lights from Woobin. But I didn't do any of this because, you know what, sometimes you just gotta get a break and enjoy things. I've got enough chaos going on right now. I can use a little normalcy. But speaking of, I'm gonna put the camera down and watch the sunrise. Watch this fire. Gosh, that's going good. Look at that. Actually feels really good this morning. So I probably will be back when I make breakfast, which is just, oh yeah, you guys totally missed it. See if I can find a picture of it, but I made Ben's famous brats last night in a pan, and they were well received, I believe. I don't think anyone went away hungry. So anyway, I'll be back later. Coffee time. Thank you for the coffee, Chris.
Good? Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Been a nice morning sitting out here. A nice steamy cup of coffee. Then I have to keep packing. That's the worst part. Yeah. But, you know, I really don't have to pack. I could just leave it all here.
You could.
Yeah.
God, who else did that? I think it was Carl.
Did what?
Left the puke tent.
Oh yeah.
Or the cat piss tent or whatever it was. And then Chris and
Todd and I had to go back in, pull it out, throw it away for him.
Gotta go back to civilization after this. It's gonna be rough. My hair's rough. Yeah. Hey, Randy, I'm back to being the shake. Yeah, we're not gonna do that skit on this one. You'll have to watch the Outlaw Camper's video for that. He gets the fun stuff. Look at that. And that's the Coletti, what is that?
That's the Scoutmaster
Scoutmaster.
24 cup.
24 cup. That thing is awesome. That's all day coffee. Love it. Look at that fire. Ooh, yay. Man, look at those views. And the fall colors are starting. Oh. Oh, man. I'm gonna miss this place. I do every time I leave. But unfortunately, now is the time I have to head back to civilization. You couldn't tell. It's a little hot. It's the heat kicked up, the humidity kicked up. Ain't got a lot of wind. So I just got done loading the truck. Goose is with me. He's on the giant bed of gooseness. But you know, I know this one was totally random, and I think this is the only third camp out video I've done. So I'm kind of trying to find my rhythm with them, you know what I mean? So I appreciate every single one of you that hung out through this. I had a great time. I probably will talk about some of the stuff I used and some of the stuff I didn't. That was a big lesson in loading up and going, you know, half the stuff I'm loading up I didn't even use. So I have to really think through some of this stuff for the future, because I'd like to get back to more of a minimal setup and not taking literally a truck full of stuff. But, in the words of a wise man once said, that's how we learn. And another wise man, if all you got is all you got, then that's all you got. Or if all you got is what you got, that's all you got. I'm just, look at this. Hold on. There you go. There's these beautiful rolling hills up here. Yes. But anyway, I'm about to hop out of the park and hit the highway. With that, again, I appreciate every single one of you that stuck through this. I was going to shoot a heck of a lot more video, and considering I was here for 3 days and 3 nights, you think I would have. Well, 3.5, actually. Well, anyway. But I didn't. I just had a good time. I relaxed and got away for a bit before life chaos hits again. So with that, we're going to drive through the trees here and pay attention to the road. And I appreciate every single one of you. And well, remember, this is a tribute to Outlaw Camp. And if you don't know who Jack is, I put a link down in the description to him. He's a good dude. I've also put links down in the description too. I mentioned my buddy Shane and my buddy Chris, both of who wish we're out on this camp out. Their YouTubes are down below. And also down below, Mr. Goose back there. He's a rescue dog. You know I'm going to say it. And I feel very strongly about rescues and the work they do and rescue animals. So while you're down there in the description, I have put links to a couple of local animal rescues and animal shelters here in the southeastern Nebraska and Kansas area, one of which is where he came from, and others where his brother came from. They would love your help, be it with time, money, or even better, adopting a new best friend. And if you have a local animal rescue, animal shelter, support them. Just keep supporting the work that they do for our best friends. And hey, check this out one more. Yeah, this is Indian Caveman. I didn't get any video. Yeah, down there's really cool. It's actually kind of funny. I didn't even do a park tour on this park, so you'll have to wait for that. I have some ideas for that, but thank you again so much for watching this Theater of the Ridiculousness, and I will see you next time. Go ahead and do the like, share, subscribe, and see you soon.